Thanks, everyone. Thrilled to see everyone here. I know we have campus community members, our broader community members, trustees, et cetera. Danny White came out from Tennessee with his team, and they're here to wish their good friend well as he starts this new chapter. So that's an awfully generous gesture, and we're grateful to have you. So thanks for being here. Of course, we have our Spirit Squad and Big Blue, and they're later on they're gonna get you. Yeah, give them a hand. Give them a hand. Yeah. Those of you who are on Instagram know that I'm best friends with Big Blue, right? So anyway, he's going to come up and help us out a little bit later. But our athletic director search has captured great interest from our campus community, Cache Valley, the state, and broader sports industry. I had the occasion to visit with the governor yesterday. He's a proud Aggie and was absolutely thrilled with our new hire, and that sentiment has been universal. If the texts and emails I'm receiving are to be believed, and usually the texts and emails you receive about athletics aren't quite that nice, so the sentiment's good, it's real positive. And that stems from our new athletic director having a skill set of incredible breadth and depth, and as importantly, a depth of character that's distinguished by industriousness, industry, kindness, integrity, authenticity, and of course, competitiveness. It's a true honor to be able to introduce him today. Before I introduce him, I want to express sincere appreciation to those who played vital roles in the search and this transition. First, our athletic department staff and coaches for their patience, their focus, and their forward-looking approach during this transition period. They've absolutely continued to move the ball forward for USU athletics. I'm grateful to them for that. The ad hoc committee we put together that did early work for us, assessing the needs and qualities that we sought in our next athletic director, and for their commitment to supporting our new athletic director's success. Brian Steed, who cannot be here today, he was the chair of our search committee. I want to thank him and also our search committee members and the interview team members for conducting a comprehensive and thoughtful national search that yielded an incredibly competitive candidate pool. CSA Search and Consulting for their expertise and partnership throughout the process. Claire Conady from Huron Consulting Group for supporting Aggie athletics over this transition, and a special thank you to Sandy Barber, who is also with Huron and the former Penn State athletic director. She's over there. Special thanks to her for serving as our interim leader. Wow, she is incredible. She's been just a steady hand. Her deep experience has been incredibly valuable to us, and she's ensured that Aggie athletics didn't miss a beat at all. And so, and plus, she's just an absolute joy to work with. If you've never talked with her, try to corner her here. She's a hoot. You'll love her. It's with great excitement that we introduce Cameron Walker as Utah State's next athletic director. Cameron brings with him a wealth of experience at the highest levels of college athletics, most recently from the University of Tennessee, where he served as Senior Deputy Director of Athletics and Chief Strategy Officer. Prior to Tennessee, Cam also had stops at the University of Central Florida and Utah Valley University, where he was instrumental in shaping athletic compliance, academic performance, and student-athlete development. At Tennessee, Cameron's recent promotion to the role of Executive Director of the UT Athletics Foundation speaks directly to his deep knowledge of NIL, or name, image, and likeness, and fundraising, both critical areas in today's college athletics landscape. Coming from the SEC, Cameron brings insights and operational excellence from the highest level of college sports. And he has local ties. His time at UVU, along with being a native of Rexburg, Idaho, gives him firsthand knowledge of Utah's athletic and academic landscape, and this will be a valuable asset as he joins the Aggie family. Cameron joins Utah State, of course, at a pivotal moment in our history. We're transitioning into the reimagined Pac-12 and seek not only to be a part of it, we want to lead it competitively, academically, and by all other markers of excellence that we apply to our athletic department. This is a move that demands visionary leadership and an unrelenting commitment to excellence that Cam certainly has exhibited throughout his career. With his experience and leadership style, Cameron is perfectly positioned to build upon USU's championship standard, and that's been a high standard of late. 23-24, 4 conference championships in women's soccer, women's volleyball, men's basketball, men's tennis. and 2 conference championships in 24, 25, women's soccer, women's gymnastics. And he will elevate all of these programs to new heights. He's positioned to champion our student athletes, ensuring that they excel not only in competition, but in the classroom, in the community, and in life, enabling us to fulfill our institutional mission of educating the next generation of leaders in Utah and beyond. He's positioned to strengthen our compliance and governance, drawing on his legal background and national experience. He's positioned to leverage NIL and fundraising opportunities with a forward-looking and sustainable approach. And perhaps most importantly, he's positioned to carry the Aggie spirit with integrity and pride into this next exciting chapter for us. So we look forward to his leadership and can't wait to see what we accomplish together in this new era of Utah State athletics. Before I have him come up, I just want to mention that he comes to us with a critical support system in his family that will also enrich the Aggie spirit. So please join me in officially welcoming his wife Heather and their 4 children, Alexandra, Hudson, McCann, and Jackson, to the Aggie family. Welcome. We provided a box which is a taste of Logan and probably more chocolate than you should have. Just saying. Okay, and without further ado, I welcome, come on up, Utah State University's 13th athletic director. He'll always have a hotel floor to himself as number 13. Welcome Cam Walker to the Aggie family. Okay, we got it.
Wow, what a welcome. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. It is a privilege and very humbling to stand here today as the new leader of Utah State Athletics. Before we look ahead, I want to take a moment and thank some people that helped make today possible. President Smith, thank you for your trust, your candor during the process, for your leadership, and I greatly look forward to this opportunity to work with you. I'd also like to acknowledge our interim athletic director, Sandy Barber. Thank you so much for your leadership during this time of transition. And she's already been incredible help to me. I know she's been incredible help here. And unfortunately for her, I have her cell number and she'll be a help for many months to come. To the search committee, led by Chair Brian Steed, but all of the members, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your candor during the process. Thank you for selling me on Utah State Athletics. And by the way, I think you guys nailed it, okay? University leadership, thank you for the support and belief in me as the next leader of Utah State Athletics. I look forward to continuing the positive momentum that you all have established here on campus. On a personal note, I want to thank those that have helped me get to this point. I've had countless mentors, coworkers, coaches, and staff, teammates, and way too many others to name or count, but so many of you help me get better every day. Thank you. To those that reported to me and worked with me, thank you for relentlessly putting forth your effort to make me shine and put me in great positions. I wouldn't be here without your work. To those that have traveled from Rocky Top to be here today, thank you for being the best teammates that anybody could ask for. You guys, what you've built at Tennessee is special, and it will continue to thrive because of who you are and how you'll move it forward. It was a privilege to be a part of it. Danny, we got to work together about 9 years ago. Based off some pictures I saw, time has aged us. I'm not sure it's the time or the things we went through, but I'm forever grateful for your leadership, your mentorship, and your friendship. From day one, you treated me as an equal, and you always treated me like a future AD. I appreciate that. To Sean, thank you for making Heather and I and the kids part of your family. If you get a chance to have Thanksgiving at the Whites, I highly recommend it. We've had several. To my parents, who would love to be here today, but sometimes doctors get in the way. Heard procedure went well for my dad. Dad, rest up. Mom, make sure he gets rest. But I love you both. Wish you could have been here, but completely understand, and speedy recovery. To my parents, well, mention them, but to my siblings and rest of my extended family, thank you for always supporting me. And most importantly, to my wife, Heather, thank you for supporting me. 21 years, long time to support somebody, but our journey's taken us a lot of places. We've done a lot of things. But if there's one thing about Heather, she's put my needs and the needs of our children above hers time after time, and a lot of times without ever being noticed. We don't say it enough. Thank you. I love you. To our 4 newest Aggie fanatics, Alexandra, Hudson, McKinn, and Jackson, and President Smith gave wise advice on the chocolate, Jackson. Thanks for being here. Thanks for always being there to celebrate the wins. Thanks for tempering some of your criticism with the losses. Thanks for your positivity and optimism about this move. It means a lot. Thanks for your support. We, and I do mean all of us, could not be Aggies and to take Utah State athletics to new heights. It's an incredible place at an incredible time. I want to address a few of the core groups that make Utah athletics so special. To our student athletes, I promise you will always be first. Your drive and commitment embodies everything that is great about this university, setting the standard for the entire department. Know that we will stand and support you at the highest level. Athletics department staff and coaches, which by the way, you're an impressive group. Those I've got to meet so far, I'm really looking forward to working with you. But it will take all of us that touches athletics, whether you're campus, whether you're athletics, all of us that touch athletics. Your work is greatly appreciated, and I look forward to working together with you and support you. We will go fast and we will go far, but if we are fully committed, it will be the most rewarding professional experience of all of our lives. It will be a priority here that we have elite athletics and elite academic standards. They are not mutually exclusive, and that can't happen without elite faculty and staff. So to our faculty and staff, we appreciate you. We'll need your support and help as well. To our investors, our alumni and donors, intercollegiate athletics continues to make an impact not only in the day-to-day, but the well-being of our student athletes. I'm especially thankful for our Big Blue Club members and their commitment to Utah State athletics. I've had the opportunity to associate with some of you already. Clark, I look forward to associating with more of you and treasure those opportunities as we move forward. Fans and supporters, Aggie Nation, your impact on Utah State athletics never goes unnoticed. And from the crowds at the Spectrum and your unwavering support throughout Logan, this community needs you, and we're deeply grateful for you. To the herd, the rowdy group, the best student section in the country, right? I am excited to see you in action, and look forward to seeing you in action next Thursday or tomorrow, this Thursday, with soccer. So let's be out there and support women's soccer, but that'll be the first chance, and then can't wait to see you rocking the Spectrum as well. So it'll be fun. To each of these groups, thank you for all that you've done, but I believe we can do just a little bit more, and we will all be asked to do a little bit more. But together, our collective impact will be transformative. There's never been a time like this in college athletics. And there's never been a time like this on Utah State's campus. As an R1 research designated land grant institution, that's a lot to say. It's like some of my titles throughout my career. Utah State is making a big impact, and our alumni are making a difference around the world. Our goal is for athletics to do the same. There's never been a period of greater change in college athletics than the last 4 years. The entire industry's been spun on its head. But that is why we will work every day to stay ahead, to be proactive, to be informed, and ready. So when tomorrow comes, we're already where we need to be. With the imminent change to the Pac-12, we have to start sprinting now. It's an exciting opportunity, but we want to be ready for it. Not just ready, though, to participate. It's not a Pac-12 participation trophy. We want to compete, and we want to dominate. For those programs that have consistently been at the top, we'll continue to push forward and reach new heights. I want to share 3 core values that will guide our actions as we move forward. First, student athletes come first. We will always prioritize our student athletes. They're the reason we do what we do. When they put Utah State across their chest, they need to know that they have the full support of each and every one of us behind them. Second, integrity. We will do the right thing, not because we think it's going to benefit us in the long way or that there will be some sort of game we can do, but because it's the right thing. Winning without integrity at Utah State is not possible, and it's not a thing. We will operate in full compliance, but we will hold ourselves to even higher standards. And third, excellence in all we do. We will strive to win at everything. We will win in the classroom, we will win in the community, and we will win in every competition. We will not settle for mediocrity, but we will seek success. We will expect excellence in ourselves, and we'll encourage it from our teammates. Whether we're on the football team or in the business office, excellence will be the goal. To live these values, we're going to have to take a few steps. We must modernize our operations. This will take place on the internal side through processes and procedures. We will ask change. Sometimes that's hard, but we're going to ask it of all of us. And on the external side, we'll push to generate more revenue. We will all be committed to competitive success. As I said, as we move to the Pac-12, we don't want to just join. We want to win. Our teams will work every day to be the best in the conference, but we administratively have to do the same. Our ticket office, our compliance office, our grounds crew, all must be striving to be elite and to find ways to help us achieve our competitive goals. We must all maintain and improve our facilities and infrastructure. They're in good shape. Beautiful facility we're in today, but we want to maintain those. We must look to improve in ways that help us drive revenue and recruit and retain the best talent possible. And we want to invest in that talent. Never has there been a time when resource allocation to student athletes is more closely tied to competitive success than in 2025. And this connection will only grow stronger. We must compete not only to secure greater resources, but also to manage them and spend them more wisely than our competition. We will take great care of those resources. And lastly, we must have unparalleled fan engagement. Cache Valley, we need you. We need you to come and pack our events, show up, support our student athletes. We need our student sections to be rowdy, energetic, and we need our faculty and staff to care about Aggie athletics. But when you come, we promise to enhance the experience. It's not only enjoyable, it needs to be impactful. We want you to be able to come, bring your friends and family, and create memories, create lasting moments that will last a lifetime. At Utah State, we are innovators and doers. This mindset will lead to 2 first steps. Strategically, we'll outplan our competition. We will have a plan that allows us to have a bigger ROI on our efforts than anyone else. but we will also outwork our opponents. We will relentlessly pursue our goals until we achieve them. The future of this university and athletics department is limitless. I'm here because I see that. I could see the possibilities as I talked with the committee, as I talked with the president, as I talked with our coaches. It is limitless. The future is incredibly bright, but the future needs to happen now. To our staff, faculty, and students, we must take the lead. We cannot expect anybody else to live and breathe Aggie athletics if we don't. It starts with us. We're committed, we're united, bring your families, we're all in this together. To our alumni, be proud, wear blue, come back often. We need you to stay connected and invested. To the community, President, I don't know if I have this ability, but I'm doing it. If you're from Cache Valley, you're an Aggie. We need all of you. All of you. We need your support. We need you to invest. We need you to attend events, bring your kids, bring your families, everything. For the sake of our athletics department, for the sake of our university, and for the sake of this valley. Together, we can all thrive. All of us must stand behind those who wear that Utah State across their chest. And if you're standing there, you might as well be screaming your guts out for them or singing the Scotsman. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for believing in Utah State, for believing in Aggie athletics, and for believing in a future that is incredibly bright. It will take all of us to get there. But with all of us, we can exceed even these high expectations. At Utah State, we are committed to excellence, and we will not stop till we achieve it. Go Aggies.
And now we'll take some questions from the media. As a reminder, please state your name and the outlet.
Craig Hislop, KVNU Radio. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You, at one point in your life, apparently decided you wanted to be an athletic director.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I was thinking.
When was that, and was the law degree part of the required, background that you wanted to take into it?
Yeah, so that moment happened. Heather and I were married. We were expecting our first, Alexandra. I was coaching baseball at the time. And I was doing an internship and working with our university president at the time. And he looked at me, and I think he could tell I was miserable. And he said, "Have you thought about going into college athletics on the administrative side?" And I said, "No, tell me more." And he said, "I think you should do it." And I think he was former dean of law school at Arkansas and said, "I think you should get a law degree and go do that." And that opened that door, and I started going on that track. Haven't looked back since.
Jason Walker with Cache Valley Daily. I do approve the hire for your last name.
Yeah,
so.
great last name.
There we go. Want to ask you, you've spent time in athletics departments at a couple of schools that have made transitions to new conferences, UVU, UCF. Just what have you learned from those experiences being part of, programs in transition to a new conference? How do you apply that to Utah State, who's obviously making the same transition?
Yeah, transition is always a challenge, but what an opportunity, right? Because you get the ability to have a reason to change. Change is how we grow, and that transition provides that opportunity to look at yourselves, measure yourselves against what the new competition is going to look like, and see where are we lacking, how do we get there? And so I think it's that assessment and then putting together a plan that you can go attack those areas where you're weak, and that you can play to your strengths at the same time. That is really key, and certainly those opportunities I think will serve me well, having experienced that before.
Eric Franson with 106.9 The Fan Radio. What has been your experience in hiring for coaches or others in an administrative staff?
Yeah, so have had the opportunity unfortunately, more than you want to. You don't want to hire many coaches because that usually means they haven't won enough. But lots of opportunities in hiring coaches was part of every hiring, head coach hiring that we did at the University of Tennessee. Some of them, are every hiring is different. I think one of the keys to it is you got to be prepared going in. You always need to know kind of where you're going and what you're looking at and what's out there. But I also think that I've been fortunate to learn from someone who's made a bunch of great hires and see what's important. But you're looking for outliers. You're looking for who can move the needle. Who's moving the needle at a place that has less resources than this? Who came in and inherited something poorly and really blew it out of the water? I think you look for those outliers. If you want exceptional results, you got to look for those outliers.
Mark Greenwood for KSL.com. Something that you've emphasized and has been emphasized is your experience in the NIL space, the revenue sharing, and then as you mentioned, kind of leading Utah State into that space, coming from a power conference into now what is kind of on the fringe of a power conference. What does that look like in your eyes at Utah State moving forward?
Yeah, fringe for now, right? Once we're in, we're not going to make it a fringe. Resource allocation is critical, and we saw an arms race in facilities, and now that's changed to talent acquisition. We have to be elite in that space, and you have to be elite in two areas. You have to have enough to spend. Competition is going to be spending it. We're going to have to go out and raise it and spend it. But then we have to spend it wisely. We have to make sure that we're spending it the best way we can. And that's both in a big picture sense of team allocations, all of that. We got to be very strategic about that. But then individual, which individuals we're investing in, and do they fit our culture? Are they going to be winners? All of that. And so I think you've got to take an approach where we look at a department side, and then we've got to look at it team-wise, but we got to make sure that we've got enough first and foremost, and then we've got to go make sure that we're spending it as efficiently and effectively as we can.
Sean Harrison with the Herald Journal. Having been at UVU, talk a little bit about the importance of getting Utah and BYU back on the schedule of Utah State on a regular basis. I know that's a tough thing to do, but how important is it to get some of those state rivalry things going again?
Yeah, I think it'll be important, and not just in football, right? I think it's important for us to play, in state schools in general, and not just football and basketball, but in all of our sports. But I don't want to play them; I want to beat them, right? So we've got some work to do so that we can get ready, and we want to. We don't just want to show up or have them show up. We want to compete.
Back to the NIL for a minute. Have you had enough time to understand the NIL situation among Aggie athletes and the program and the department?
I've had a little bit of time. I have had some conversations with Coach Mendenhall and with Coach Calhoun about it, and then we'll get with some of the others as we move through this, but am aware of their situation, kind of where they're at with it and where some of their needs are. And, as you said, back to NIL, it always comes back to NIL, so that'll be a theme.
Jason Walker again. Right now, one of the challenges the department's facing is, ticket revenue generation, football attendance, kind of a big part of that. What do you see as far as what's kind of led into some of the lower attendance lately, and what do you feel like are the solutions to, raising that attendance and ultimately ticket revenue?
Yeah, I don't know what's led into it. I mean, the stadium's amazing. Who wouldn't want to come watch a football game here, right? What the solution is, we need this community to show up. We need everybody here, and we need to make it an event that they want to come to. And when they come, they need to have a blast. So we've got some work to do on our side, and we're going to have to ask them to come out and show up and be here and support us, because it's an incredible venue, but we've got to provide a situation where they want to be here. we want, I know from experience, we want the elementary school kids talking about it on the playground. We want them talking about the game last Friday, because then, or the game last Saturday, whatever contest is happening here, we want that to happen, because then their friends say, why didn't we go? Tommy went, it was a blast. Why aren't we going? But we need to make sure when Tommy comes, he has a blast.
Carson Frost with the Utah Statesman, Cam. So kind of on the flip side of that last question, we've actually seen on the student side more herd memberships than ever before. Also saw attendance records in both volleyball and soccer here recently. So just kind of talk about just continuing to emphasize attendance across all sports rather than just football or basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about tomorrow night. I know we broke the attendance record prior, but records are meant to be broken again and again, right? And so I think we just need to continue to drive that student support. It's amazing, but if we're going to get this to where we go, we've all got to increase like 10%, maybe 20. And so like we just need to continue to feed that. I talked to somebody today, and Ben's over the herd, he said. I said, do you feed the herd? We got to feed the herd. And so they're an exciting group. They're a game changer in athletics. They're a game changer for our student athletes. I mean, who wouldn't want them screaming behind you as you're going out to try and beat somebody's tail off, right?
Our final question will come from the back.
Kate Garner, ABC4 News. We've talked about this as a time of transition, conference changes, staffing changes, obviously, and the DOJ just recently announced that they're satisfied with the changes that have been made to adhere to Title IX. Can you talk a little bit about how we're going to continue to work on that and continue that foundation and that new culture that we have here on campus?
Yeah, so we have to do things the right way. And that may sound overly simplistic, but we have to do things the right way, and then we have to put people in position to do things the right way. And so we'll be analyzing and looking at systems. There's integrity. We hope all of us have it. But then there's organizational integrity, where we're putting people in positions where it's easy to make the right decision because they know other eyes are going to see the decisions that are made. And we have checks and balances that move processes through. So we're going to shore up and continue. It's great that they're satisfied, but we will continue to make that an emphasis. We can't lack in any area that questions our character, our integrity, or what we're about. We stand for all of those things.
Thank you for the questions. To conclude the press conference, I'll ask President Smith to go back up on stage and then cheer, if you wouldn't mind going up there as well, and we'll conclude it with a Scotsman.